Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. It is now November 3rd. I know it's the 3rd. I'm still having a hard time saying November.
Yeah.
What
happened in October?
What happened in
Where'd it go?
October?
It's gone.
It's gone.
Now it's cold too.
Yeah.
Lisa, Scott, Jared here on your Friday morning. Want to remind you, of course, we're live every weekday morning on Facebook. We make this into a podcast. Once we're done, you can find it at inform.com/podcast. Just look for the Inform Minute. Also on our Inform YouTube channel, live on air every weekday morning from 5 to 7 as well. All right, let's jump into, it's a big weekend. A lot of things going on. We have that big Bison Jackrabbits game in Brookings, so people will be heading down south. But even bigger than that, it's like a holiday weekend for hunters in Minnesota.
It is. I was just thinking, because we forecast for Sioux Falls, one of our newspapers down there in Mitchell too, and so I've been looking at the weather, and it's going to be beautiful down there. They're going to have like 50s and 60s this weekend,
nice.
So if you're heading down that direction, bring the shorts with, I guess. So it's going to be pretty nice.
I'm heading that way. I'm not going to bring my shorts, but probably just a
Throwing the
sweatshirt.
clubs. Might be
Maybe.
kind of nice enough to get out there.
I think the course might be closed, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I suppose it is
check.
November. A lot of places do that.
Right,
But it's,
let's go back to, it's November 3rd.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's going to be a lot nicer down just
Nice.
south of us. But up here, I mean, we're not going to have a horrible weekend, but it is going to be a little cooler, especially if you have the snow on the ground. Minnesota deer hunters, tomorrow morning, we may have some teens to wake up to. I haven't hunted, but I've been out in the stand with my cousin to just see how it's done. And it's fun sitting out there, but when you're not moving for a couple hours, you know, it's going to be
The
quite
toes
chilly.
and the fingers get a little
Yeah,
chilly.
so
I have
Yep.
the coffee in the thermos. Ready
I
to
would be,
go.
I'd be wearing all my winter gear for ice fishing while I'm sitting out there since you're just not moving. But should be decent. Winds will cooperate. It's not going to be crazy windy for tomorrow. I think we'll have a little south wind around 5 to 10. Teens to some lower 20s in the morning, and then the afternoon, I think we'll have 30s to some 40s. I think Detroit Lakes may actually hit some lower 40s tomorrow afternoon. So the afternoon will get a little better. It's not going to be our warmest opener by any means, but it's not going to be as bad as it will be in the morning for some.
Well, and they don't like it really warm
No,
anyway because of, the timing of meats boiling and all
And,
of that kind of
and
thing.
people
but-
that hunt and even fish this late in the year, they know what they're getting
Yeah.
into. They have, it's like an ice
No.
fisherman, they're not going to go out in shorts. So I'm sure many of you that watch this, like, yeah, I know what gear I'm going to wear. Just going to throw on a few extra layers.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. That's to all of us.
The
not
weather
just you,
guy,
I know.
"You'll put on more clothes.
man.
So, but it's going to be cool out there. So just plan accordingly. And then Sunday, if you're going to be sitting out there, you may want the waterproof hunting gear because I think there'll be some rain in the morning,
Okay.
and then I think there'll be a break sometime in the afternoon before another wave of showers moves by on Sunday evening into Sunday night. So that's what we'll be timing out here. But yeah, some wet weather, and then next week we may have a couple rounds of that too. We may see a couple snow showers along the way.
Okay.
Kind of in that weird temperature range. We talked about that all morning on First News when it's, it dips below, freezing, but, we're like 30, 40, like it's rain. But
Yeah.
then maybe you might see flurries. But
Kind of depends on what time of day that
Yeah.
precipitation comes through. Because overnight, if it's cold enough, it'll come down as snow or maybe a little mix. And then during the day, if you're at 38 degrees, then it comes down as some rain. You may see a couple wet snowflakes in the mix. So it'll be a tricky forecast. Kind of fun to do that this year, but to kind of time that out. But we're able to see these waves. It's just trying to get that exact timing and what each person will end up seeing in the valley is a tough one.
yeah, right. Why didn't I see snow? Because you saw rain.
Yeah.
Why didn't I, see rain?
Different
That's
depending
because
where you're
it's
at.
Friday and we're talking about Wednesday next week, and it looks like it'll be in the evening, so it'll be some rain showers. But if it's, speeds up or slows down, that could change too. But I don't see any big systems in our forecast, so
Okay.
nothing like what we just recently saw. So the snow blowers can just kind of hang out for a little.
Okay, good.
Snow-
On standby.
I got a new one this year, so I'm actually excited.
There you go.
Until after the first one, I'm like, all right, now I'm over it.
Yeah,
But
just want to break it out. Then no,
A new toy to play
yes,
with, yeah.
so anyway, it'll come. Not worried about
Eventually,
that.
right, yeah. It'll
And
get
then
us
I'll be
used.
like, all right, remember when you said that on November 3rd? Can't wait to snow blow.
Now you're going to do it every day.
Yeah, people with pitchforks out here.
Right, right.
Oh,
He asked
goodness.
for it. It's his fault. All right, sounds great. Thank you, Jared.
Appreciate it.
All right, well, new this morning, the Fargo Police Department is asking for your help finding a woman who has been missing for a couple of weeks now. 54-year-old Bonnie Kizima was last seen around midnight in Fargo on October 17th. She's described as 5'1" with hazel eyes and brown hair. If you'd like to take a look at her picture, Fargo PD has her picture posted on their Facebook page.
Yep.
If you have any information on where she might be, you're asked to call the Red River Regional Dispatch Center.
All right, back to deer hunting. Today, Governor Tim Walz is kicking off Minnesota's deer opener early down in Lanesboro, Minnesota. That's a city in the southeastern corner of the state. The 2023 Governor's Deer Hunt will be held at the Eagle Bluff Environmental Learning Center down there. The opener will include a deer processing demo, venison sampling, and a post-hunt storytelling session. I'm sure some good stories will be told. But for the rest of Minnesota, deer season, of course, starts tomorrow. Hunters are allowed to head out a half hour before sunrise on Saturday to start hunting. Now, just a couple reminders. You probably already know this, but of course, make sure you have your valid deer hunting license with you. And then make sure to wear that blaze orange so that anyone can see you when you're out there in those fields. And stay safe, of course.
For North Dakota hunters, you have 1 week.
Yep.
Because North Dakota deer opener is noon this coming next Friday. So
Yeah.
I think it's like the 10th or something like that. So
Yeah.
if you don't have all of your blaze orange ready or know where your license is,
Dig it out.
Dig it out now. You have a couple of days ahead of the rest. All right. The Minnesota Supreme Court will be deciding whether a case seeking to keep former President Donald Trump off of Minnesota's 2024 ballots will keep moving forward. The lawsuit was filed in September. It centers on Trump's actions during the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. It accuses the former president of trying to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election and argues that he should be disqualified to be on the ballot under the 14th Amendment. Trump's lawyers, however, argue that the amendment is outdated and that the issue doesn't belong in the Minnesota Supreme Court. We've been tracking this for you. Similar cases are underway right now in Colorado, Michigan, New Hampshire, and Arizona.
By the end of today, I-29 bypass lanes are expected to be fully reopened in a certain area that's close to Argusville. They were closed pretty much all summer for that flood diversion project going on. According to the Metro Flood Diversion Authority, those bypass lanes on I-29 near Argusville will be reopening. However, the project's not done. They're going to continue working. The FM Flood Diversion Project will give about 260,000 people permanent, reliable flood protection.
Hey, let's go, girls. Any Man of Mine.
Good songs.
Yeah, so many. I love Shania Twain. Big country music star in the 90s, but she's really had a, comeback over the
Yeah.
last couple of years. Wasn't she? I think she had a residence in Vegas for a while.
You could
too,
be right.
I
I'm not
think,
for sure, but
as well. Well, she's going to be in Fargo this weekend, Sunday night, performing at the Fargo Dome. Tickets are still available, so it's not too late. And we were looking. I think you can get them for like under $40 still.
yeah,
So
for some of them, like
not bad.
$39, $40,
Yeah.
not bad. So
The stop in Fargo is part of her Queen of Me tour. The show starts at 7:30 Sunday night.
all right, that's going to be a lot of fun. Big national headline this morning. The U.S. House has passed a bill to provide over $14 billion in aid to Israel. It's a GOP-led bill using funds that were originally allocated to the IRS. However, the bill would be separate from any legislation for aid to Ukraine. However, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer called the bill a deeply flawed proposal, saying the Senate will not take it up. Democrats want to link Israel and Ukraine in a same bill and do not want to cut funding to the IRS at all. Schumer said the Senate's now going to start working on its own bipartisan emergency aid bill that will include aid to Israel, Ukraine, and Gaza as well.
Another big Friday night football night ahead of us. Today, North Dakota high school football heads into the semifinal round. A big playoff matchup for WDAY's Game of the Week, the Cheyenne Mustangs and the Minot Magicians. This is the AAA semifinals. Whoever wins will head to the Dakota Bowl Championships, and that game will be on WDAY Extra tonight at 7 o'clock.
And then over on WDAY Plus, also plenty of action going on for the Minnesota State High School Football Section Championships. All of those are actually happening at the Fargo Dome today with games starting at 10 o'clock this morning. Section 4A championships will kick everything off, followed by Section 6A, 6AA, and 8AA. The last game will be played tonight about 8 o'clock. That'll be the 8 AAA championship.
All right, and big weekend. We've been talking about this all week. Tomorrow's the day. The Bison will hit the road, take on the Jackrabbits in the big Dakota Marker game.
Yep.
Kickoff is at 2 o'clock in Brookings. You're going to the game. A lot of people are going to be going to that game, but you don't have to go anywhere. You can watch that game from your couch because, of course, we'll have it on WDAY. The game's at 2. Our coverage starts at 1:50, and of course, you don't want to miss the game day pregame show tomorrow morning, starting at 10. And Dom is already there, or on his way. And actually, he's already there.
Yeah, they're already there.
Right
They're
now.
going to be doing the pregame show live from Brookings tomorrow, but also Hot Mike is live from Brookings this morning. Hot Mike on the road in Brookings to preview the big Dakota Marker game. South Dakota State head coach Jimmy Rogers and athletic director Justin Sell are some of the guests that will be joining Dom live from the stadium this morning. You can watch Hot Mic live from 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra and Inform.com.
And remember, right now is a great time to get your Inform.com subscription, especially if you love all of this Bison coverage, the Bison Jacks game, sports, our Bison Sports Zone is really incredible on Inform.com. But of course, the weather and all of our news and headlines as well, all in one spot. So 99 cents a month for your first 3 months. You can get that all access pass to Inform.com. Just go to Inform.com/subscribe to get that deal.
And then join us on air the rest of the day. Our next newscast at 11 o'clock. I think, Jared, you're going to be on the 11 today, right? Jared's going to be there, so join him. Then 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. And then join First News throughout the weekend as well.
I'll be here all weekend. So we're all kind of on a little rotation of taking our turn on weekends for a little while.
Good.
So sounds great. All right, well, have a great weekend, everyone, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning.
Bye.